Welcome back to Crochet Creations and Addictions number 147. It's June. Haven't done one of these in a minute, so I brought on all the whips that I have going on, and I figured, what the heck, why not? Anything that I worked on in the last 2 weeks or so since the last Addictions video, I'm going to show today and see how far I am. Some of them are old whips. Grab a cup and join me. And today we have a little coffee after work. Just thought I'd come on and tape a video today. So, Navajo scrap blanket. There are several of you doing this. We are using our scraps, and we are using the Navajo pattern, which makes this diamond shape. And look at all the scraps. Now, I did not do all that many rows. In fact, there is a stitch marker right here that tells me I'm using the eye hook on mine. And I do a row or 2 or 3 of whatever I pull out of the bag. So this is how far I did since the last time I was on the show with it. And I did use a little dark green or teal last. Yeah, so this is ongoing year-long make-along, or however long it takes you. I know some of you have finished yours. Some of you are about as far as I am. And I just, once in a while, I put a row on. You know, I don't work on it all that much. So I've been mostly doing 4 weights. There's maybe a couple 5s in here. There's some with sparkle. But whatever I have is going in this blanket. So that is updated now. Move that sticker. I did have some scraps left over of my last dress make-along that I did. So I made another one of these sunbonnets. I had enough yarn to still make another one. This one is in a green flower. And it is on my Etsy shop. So some of these did finally get on there. And I think I have enough to make another set of booties too. Not to match this hat, because this is a toddler size. But yep, I made that. And then hats, and more hats for June is in the Big Twist Speckle or Fleck. Yes, Fleck. And this one is acrylic and polyamide and linen. And it has flecks through it. So I used a little of it, probably about half, and I made a headband. And this headband is a twisted pattern that you can twist. Now you can squeeze this together a little bit more if you want, however way you sew it together, but I just crisscross mine. It's a headband, and I added one of these sparkly buttons to give it a little bling. And yeah, that's what I did with my hats, and more hats for June. I wrote this pattern up. It is in the post of the feature post in my on my Facebook group. So if you're a member of that and you want the pattern, you can just go to that post. All the featured posts that are ongoing, like make-alongs, year-longs, monthly make-alongs, they're all in the feature tab. And any of the old ones can be found in the search bar because I didn't delete them. Speaking of make-alongs, we are making number 42 and number 43 make-along of the live broadcast. And we are doing a blanket, a baby blanket called the Superbly Simple Baby Afghan. It's a free pattern. I'll link it below. There's still time to join because we only have 1 week into it, and I think I'm going to do several. In fact, I think several of you are going to do more than one. We're playing with a 3-weight yarn, but I had purchased some 5-weight recently that makes very hard to see your stitches, and it's that boucle from Loops and Threads. It was on the clearance rack, so this is all I have left of my second skein, and I'm doing a blanket in the colors, the white fleck and the blue fleck. So that's how much the white was, a whole skein of that in the Superbly Simple. And then I took a whole skein minus this little bit of the light blue, and I already ran out. So I'm thinking, do I add a dark blue to this, or do I don't know. I don't know if I want to do another light blue and call it good and then do the dark blue on another. I think I want to do a dark blue. Yeah. And then I think I'm going to add an applique in the corner. So maybe on Sunday I'll have that done. And I'm also thinking that the white that I bought 2 of these, the white, I think I'm going to make one of these knit sweaters that I'm doing in the make along. There's a crochet along and a knit make along right now. So right now I'm talking about the blanket, so I will show you my 3-weight one. Now this is done in Yarn Bee Sweet Delight. My colorways are Patty Cake, has gray and yellow, and it's all variegated. And then I have the yellow one, which is Sunny. And then I have a gray marl, and that's my 3 colors. These come in 377 yards, so I'm hoping 1 skein of each and then maybe a little bit more of a yellow would work. I am on my second repeat. I have all 9 rows of each color done, and I am on my second row of yellow. So that's coming out wonderful. If you want to join in on the make along, you can just join the Facebook group and click the feature tab and check out the rules for this make along. And you don't have to do this pattern. You can do any baby blanket as long as it's done in the month of June and July. You can be in the running. Winners are randomly drawn each week, and on the live I post the winners, or I draw the winners, and we have little things to win. But then at the end of the make-alongs, we usually have a grand prize, and this time I'm offering up 2 skeins of Sweetheart Cherry. Now this is Lion Brand's Ice Cream Roving. You can make this Superbly Simple blanket with this, and it would come out gorgeous. You get 2 of these skeins. There are 4 medium, 437 yards of 100% acrylic. And I'm going to add more goodies to that. We'll probably have some handmade stitch markers and who knows what all. But there's also a second choice. So if you're the winner, you could choose some other yarns that I'm going to be showing available for you to maybe win. And they are from my last Hirschner's haul. So if you want to watch that, I just did it last Saturday. So now what I was talking about with this blanket is I have some white left, and I was thinking of doing my bulky simple baby sweater. So This one is, we're doing it on the live, and we're on our last week. So I am in the middle of the last week on my purple. So as you can see, there's a little fancy stitch there. And I'm almost done. I got 2 or 3 or 4 more rows to go, and I will be done. And so this is my purple one. But the one I'm doing on the show with everybody else is a white one. And this one is done in Loops and Threads Charisma. And this is there. So you know, it's on the needle, so it's hard to see, but everybody's doing it with me. I'm putting the pattern each week in the post as we go. Yeah. So show the back. So really you only need 1 skein of the bulky, about 109 yards, 104 yards, whatever it comes to, and you get a little, you know, just a sweater for a gift. And so I was thinking of dolling this one up with some nice buttons, and we'll find out because I haven't picked them out yet. But I thought I could make one in the white to match this blanket. So I think I'm going to start it as soon as I'm done with this purple one, and it frees up the needles. So that's kind of cool. So that pattern is also one that I've developed, and I'm writing pretty much as we go. Let's see what else I have. Oh, I've had this sweater on my needles for some time, and it sits there, and when I get too busy I put it down for a while and I don't pick it up for a long time. But I did pick it up, and the last couple weeks I've done quite a few rows. So I thought I would bring it out today and show you. Now I have a mistake in it. It isn't a big mistake, but I know that I did it, and I probably won't ever be able to find it again. But I'm going to show the progress, I guess, on this sweater. So this is a raglan down cardigan, and you can see my front panel and my back, and then the second. I haven't broke for the sleeves yet. I've got about 9 or 10 rows in a break. I think 9 or 10. Might not be all that many. But it is coming out gorgeous. It is in the spun colors, so that has a little wool in it. This is a 4 medium. It is by Premier, and it is 419 yards of acrylic and fine superwash merino. So, and I thought the colors were amazing. This colorway is called Rustic, and just the way that everything blends together to make the stripes all on its own is just gorgeous. You really can't see it that good in the camera yet, but as soon as that comes off the needles, there's a lot of stitches. Now this is what I wanted to tell you. I have it on my Knit Picks needles, and I hadn't checked the twist on, you know, to make sure they were tight in a while, and one of the needles came undone. And as you know, I'm a fairly new knitter, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to find all the stitches. So I barely moved, right? I was sitting there like, don't move, knowing that I could see the 4 stitches that were not on any needle. So I very carefully was poking that, and it has the screws open, and I was poking it back through, and then I sat there like this trying to, well, one of the stitches got away from me and it fell down, and I didn't know it. And I saw something weird later on, and I thought, uh-oh, I think I dropped a stitch. Now, one isn't that bad. More than one would have broken my heart. But I didn't know for sure when I picked it up what exactly to weave in what way, right? So I tried very hard to make sure I looped the next row and weaved it in, and I think I put it on twisted. But then when I did the next row, it just blended in because the colors of the yarn, right? And so that's why I say I got lucky, and you probably can't find it. But at least I didn't drop it and go 5 rows and not know, right? Oh my gosh. So of course now every time I pick it up, I look at the, it probably won't happen again because I will check to see. But I think what happens is when you get 175 stitches on your needles, it's a lot, and it's heavy, and it weighs down, and you're working along, and I think you work your way off of your needles. And so if you have a story that you want to share with me, I would like to hear of how you prevent yourself from making that mistake. But I could put a lifeline through. I realize that, and I could do that. Maybe I will when I'll put a lifeline through when I go to do the cut for the sleeves. Maybe that's a good idea. All right, other than that, I think I've caught you up on all my whips. I think I have. All right, I think so. I am going to be working on the 1,500 subscriber blanket this weekend a little bit. And I'm hoping that pretty soon, in the next couple weeks, I'm going to start sewing the squares together. So that'll be fun to get that going. And then put up, you know, a video for the actual drawing of that. Because we're getting close. And what the heck, I'll just do it. And then that way, when fall starts along, I'll have it done, and I won't have to work on that for the fall. So thanks a lot for joining me. I hope you're having a great week, and take a moment out of each day, be creative. Talk to you later. Bye for now.